Mickey Mouse gets alive and wants to play a horror hide-and-seek. A group of teenagers gathers at an amusement park to throw a surprise birthday party, but the fun quickly turns into a nightmare when a killer dressed as Mickey Mouse starts hunting them. Now, the question is, will they survive? Strap in, movie enthusiasts, it's recap time. Today, we will be diving into the story of a horror film, The Mousetrap, from the year 2024. So, let's get started. The story opens with a girl named Rebecca sitting in a jail cell. Two detectives enter and start questioning her, asking what happened and why she's the only one left unharmed while everyone else is either dead or seriously injured. They press her to reveal who did it and where that person is now. At first, Rebecca hesitates, saying they wouldn't want to know, but the detectives persist, reminding her it's their job to find out. Eventually, she agrees to tell them. Two women, Alex and Jana, are standing at the counter of a children's playground called Fun Haven. Their manager, Collins, comes over and tells them they need to stay longer today. Initially, Jana tries to brush it off, thinking he's joking. However, Collins explains that they'll get double pay for the extra hours. Jana laughs and comments that you can never tell when he's serious. After Collins leaves, Alex and Jana joke around for a bit, and Alex then tells Jana that she could really use the extra money. The scene then shifts back to the jail, where a detective questions Rebecca, asking whether she thinks the manager was involved in the events. Rebecca responds that she isn't sure, but she doesn't believe he is. Back at Fun Haven, the manager returns to his office and puts on a Mickey Mouse movie using a CD. As he settles in, he hears a strange noise and glances around the room. A giant Mickey Mouse toy figure is standing behind him. He quickly realizes that the noise is coming from the toy. It appears to speak, stating that it can see him just as he can see it. Before the manager can react, an electrical spark flashes, and he dies instantly from the shock. Meanwhile, Alex and Jana continue cleaning the area. Jana starts complimenting Alex, hinting that she needs a favor. Jana explains that she needs to meet a guy and is eager to leave for a short while. Alex warns her that the manager can monitor them through the CCTV cameras, but Jana assures her that the manager rarely checks them. She promises to return before he notices her absence. Although hesitant, Alex allows Jana to leave. Not long after, the phone rings. Alex answers it, but she is met with silence from the other end of the line. Back in the jail, the detective asks Rebecca how she knew that Alex had received a phone call, especially since there was no record of any incoming calls. Rebecca explains to the detectives that Alex had mentioned receiving the call and that the person on the other end didn't speak. When the officer asks how she knew it was a he, Rebecca says that's just what Alex told her. She suggests they ask Alex for details, but reminds them that Alex is dead. The story shifts back to Alex, who notices the Mickey Mouse figure and turns around to call for help. Just then, the lights come on, and her friends surprise her with a birthday party. Alex, confused, points out her birthday isn't for another month. Her friends laugh, explaining that if they had waited, it wouldn't have been a surprise. They reveal that the party was Marcus's idea. When Alex asks why they chose this place, Marcus explains they used to celebrate birthdays here as kids, and he had promised her a party long ago. Alex is moved that Marcus remembered. After they cut the cake, Ryan proposes having some drinks. Marcus brushes it off, saying Alex might need a moment, but Alex agrees and lets them go ahead with the drinks. Meanwhile, Paul and his girlfriend Jackie head inside the building. When the detective asks why the group split up, Rebecca, annoyed, says they weren't kids anymore and wouldn't just sit together in a circle. Rebecca adds that the detectives should understand group dynamics. The detectives then guess that there was some tension within the group, and Rebecca confirms this, explaining that Ryan and Marcus didn't get along because they both liked Alex. Inside the building, Paul and Jackie become intimate. However, their moment is abruptly cut short when the giant Mickey Mouse figure appears and kills them both brutally after scaring them. Meanwhile, Alex expresses concern to her friends, worrying that her boss might get angry if he finds out they are drinking. At the same time, Ryan is shown calling some of his friends, telling them to come and teach Marcus a lesson. Ryan's group discusses their plan, agreeing that someone needs to be put in their place for being interested in their friend's girl. At first, they assume it's Jennifer, but the leader explains that it's actually Alex, who they see as their friend's backup girl. When they ask where to go, he directs them to Fun Haven. One of the group members recognizes the location, recalling that the manager used to be their captain back in the 90s. Back at the park, Alex and the group decide to play a game together. To avoid distractions, they all turn off their phones and place them in a bag. Marcus hesitates at first, saying his mom might call, but after thinking it over, he also hands over his phone, deciding his mom can wait for an hour. Marie and Gemma tell Rebecca that she should smile more and enjoy life. In the present, the detective confirms with Rebecca that Ryan had called his friends to come and bully Marcus because Marcus had feelings for Alex. Rebecca admits that many people had a crush on Alex, herself included. The detective, uninterested in personal feelings, tells Rebecca she just needs to explain what happened and whether she was involved. Back in the story, the group begins playing games. In the first round, the girls win. Ryan objects to their victory and demands a rematch, but Marcus steps in, calling Ryan's demand unfair and supporting the girls. Ryan reluctantly accepts his defeat. Afterward, the group resumes drinking. Alex suggests that instead of drinking at the park, they should head to a bar where they can drink more freely. As they prepare to leave, Ryan pulls Alex aside and confesses that he likes her, suggesting they make their relationship official. Alex, not taking him seriously, points out that he already has a girlfriend, Jennifer. Ryan dismisses this, claiming that Jennifer was part of his past, but now he wants Alex to be his girlfriend. Alex, taken aback, asks why he suddenly feels this way after they've known each other since they were 9 years old. Ryan explains that things were different back then, and that Alex wasn't as beautiful as she is now. However, Alex firmly refuses his advances. The group then makes their way to the main exit only to find it locked. Suddenly, Alex hears a voice that sounds like Mickey Mouse, saying it can see her and is going to find her. Worried, Alex asks where Danny is, and the others recall that he went to the bathroom earlier. However, they all agree that this couldn't be Danny playing a prank. Alex then suggests that the strange voice is just Paul and Jackie playing a prank, and they must have locked the door too. The group agrees and decides to search for them. Alex offers an incentive, promising that whoever finds them will get free drinks for the rest of the night. With that, the group splits up to look for their missing friends. As they head off, Marcus remarks that Ryan is always too eager, taking risks without thinking about the consequences or how things might end up. Alex, however, admits she likes that about Ryan, though she quickly adds that it's not Ryan himself that she likes. Marcus then tells Alex he has a gift for her and promises to show it to her later. Meanwhile, Gemma begins playing a virtual reality game, fully immersing herself in the experience. Ryan, on the other hand, enters the building and sees what he assumes is Paul in a Mickey Mouse costume. Thinking it's a joke, he casually tells Paul to take off the mask. However, the figure doesn't respond and instead attacks Ryan. At the same time, the Mickey Mouse figure also appears in front of Rebecca. Acting quickly, she manages to avoid its attack. Back in the jail, the detective presses Rebecca on how she knows about all these events. Rebecca explains that she saw everything unfold on the CCTV cameras. She recalls that she was in the laser room when the attack happened, and afterward, she went to the CCTV control room where she watched the footage. However, the detective remains suspicious, pointing out that the CCTV footage had been wiped clean, casting doubt on Rebecca's innocence. Meanwhile, Marie, who has also seen the Mickey Mouse figure, runs in fear, slightly bleeding from an injury. She mistakenly believes Ryan is responsible for the chaos, especially after discovering the dead bodies of Paul and Jackie. At the same time, Marcus presents Alex with her birthday gift, a collection of sour candies from around the world. Alex is thrilled and deeply impressed that Marcus remembered her love for sour candy. Alex suggests that Marcus should ask her out, and he is about to do so when Marie bursts in, frantically telling them that Ryan has gone mad and is attacking everyone. The group is startled and decides they need to call the police, only to find that their phones are missing. Alex heads to the security room to check the footage, hoping to find some clues. However, she discovers there's nothing. As she makes her way back, Gemma approaches her, asking what's happening. Suddenly, the Mickey Mouse figure appears and kills Gemma. Ryan's group arrives and decides to bully Marcus in the parking lot to avoid being seen. When the Mickey Mouse figure appears, they mistakenly think it is Marcus and start threatening him to stay away from Alex. However, the Mickey Mouse figure grabs their stick and begins killing them one by one. Meanwhile, Danny is using drugs on a toy car when the Mickey Mouse figure appears and speeds up his car. Danny gets out and runs to the area where Rebecca was attacked. She tells him to run, but the Mickey Mouse figure catches up with Danny, stabbing him in the head. It also attacks Rebecca, injuring her ankle. Back at the jail, the detectives express doubts, questioning how the Mickey Mouse figure managed to kill Danny while missing major organs when it attacked Rebecca. Alex, Marcus, and Marie realize that the Mickey Mouse figure must be teleporting, as it seems to be appearing in two places at once. Marcus then suggests activating the fire alarm to alert the police. As they search for the fire exit, an injured Ryan stumbles into their path. The group confronts Ryan, questioning what he is doing. Ryan denies any involvement with the murders, claiming he only intended to have Marcus kidnapped and had no connection to the killings. Just then, Jaina returns, talking on the phone. Alex signals for her to leave, but before she can escape, she is killed by the Mickey Mouse figure. The Mickey Mouse figure then enters the area, and Marcus uses a flashlight to confuse it. Ryan manages to trap the figure under a chair. They quickly realize that the Mickey Mouse figure is afraid of light, so they devise a plan. Alex challenges the figure to a game, promising that if it loses, it must leave them alone. The Mickey Mouse figure agrees. The group hides as the figure enters the room, and they shine their flashlights on it. The figure becomes disoriented. They then turn on blinking lights in the room, further confusing it. When they come out of hiding, Alex tells the figure it has lost and must leave them alone. The Mickey Mouse figure disappears, but moments later, Alex's head is severed. The film ends with the detectives telling Rebecca that her friends are dead and questioning why she seems unaffected. And with this, the movie ends. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching and see you next time.